all 8 legs on there in the cup, and he's just shaking back and forth like it's nothing. I was like, "Are you okay? Are you meant to break down?" No, he was actually playing. And apparently, when they're happy, they do mess with their habitat stuff.
Oh,
So apparently, that's his way of saying, "Oh, I'm happy, I'm good to go." Because there'll be times I'll even catch him roaming around, and he's just like, "Hey," like waves his hands like that, like up in the air while he's trying to climb. So he's living life. Like I've already told him, it's like, if that's the case, I want to be your pet tarantula in the next life, okay? So making it clear.
I didn't know they kind of like destroy things when they're happy.
They don't even destroy it. It's just, like I said, he didn't even knock his water over. Like, no water was spilled whatsoever. He just rocks back and forth, like how we would, like, I'm going nuts, but he wasn't going nuts. He's just happy life.
So, I mean, obviously you can't let him free range, right?
No, not in my house. We're not going to do that.
Yeah. So he probably stays like, how big is the terrarium? Terrarium, I think is.
I can't remember because I got him, actually got a real good deal. If he was normally by himself, he was going to be $60.
Oh,
And the place I got him from, I was like, look, I don't have money for like a setup plus him. That's like over $200. And the guy comes back to me. He's like, I'll make a deal with you. Hold on. Talks to his manager. I got him in his little setup for like only $130.
oh.
Not going to complain. That's including my military discount. And plus, I've been one of their customers since the place opened. So they're probably like, sure, go and let her have it. She's been buying rats and all of her snakes, going on her have it. But
I mean, I love it. I mean, we only have a couple more minutes left to like talk about Leonidas. What else should we know about tarantulas, Panther?
they don't molt like normal spiders would. I'm kind of not looking forward to his molt because apparently when a tarantula does molt, they actually lay on their back and shut it that way. So I'm kind of scared to see how that's gonna go. Hopefully, it's not gonna be too traumatizing. Um, they're pretty
When do
much.
you expect him to molt?
I don't know. That's
Okay.
But it's gonna be like the same way with the snakes. You don't know when they're gonna be doing it. You definitely gotta make sure the humidity's up, the soil is wet, so they can have a smooth process as possible. Um, Sadly, I did hear stories. Some of them will have a molt and it's terrible, and they end up dying.
Oh.
Which I don't want that happening because I already lost my first jumping spider recently. She was like my little go-to, and she actually passed away that way. Um,
So it can be kind of a dangerous time when they go through a molting phase. And, what do you know about like the time before they start with the molt? Like what?
they usually get sluggish and not want to eat, which
Okay.
is normal. It's just like us humans. When we're not feeling good, we don't want to eat for a few days.
Gotcha.
Um,
Wow.
I don't know if it hurts. That's what I'm wondering. I was like, does that hurt? Like you're shedding your whole body out? So, um, it's just one of those things. He also likes to bury. He does make holes, like in his little coconut. He actually made it to where it's all flat like that when he goes in. So he has a little good hideaway hut if he wants to. Um, I really don't have much information because he's still new and definitely in this house. The cats are definitely intrigued by him, especially Nova being the youngest one. She's typical kitten mode. Other than that, everybody's dandy with him. He's great. So
Well, it just sounds awesome. Like, I'm glad that, I mean, we may have to come back again and talk about Leonidas some more. Because I'm a little bit like, I only got through about a little bit of my questions, and I feel like I have so many more. Like, especially about the stuff that shoots out of his butt. I don't know why, but that part's got me like, what? I never knew that tarantulas defend themselves by like kind of like porcupines, so it's like like cool and kind of crazy all at the same time.
okay.
But in summation, like like wrapping it up, Panther, tell us when you stream, where people can find you, hit her with a favorite, and let's finish up that way.
Well, I'm usually on every night about this time, sometimes later, depending on my work day. I'm usually in bed right now because I have to be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So, but you guys can catch up with me anytime. You can catch me on Tuesdays, by the way, if you really want to come by on Tuesdays. I do a thing called Wheel for a Cause. All wheels that are given to me are going to donations to a rescue I'll volunteer for, which me and Kitty agreed we'll bring up in 3 weeks.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
we're gonna do a little like separate, just like a way to put it on Instagram and really talk about that. So,
but y'all are very welcome to come through. Ask me about my cats. I got 5 cats. I got a pet husband who's overseas right now, who's deployed in the military.
okay.
Yeah. Hey, they gotta eat and they gotta make sure they're potty trained too, you know? So, we also got 2 snakes in this house. You guys are very welcome to come through. Give me a shout out. Make sure you guys hit Kitty definitely with a favor, who's all new in here. Me and Kitty known each other for years, and she's also one of my day oneers when I started over, and I love her for it. But I appreciate you, Kitty. Happy top badge anniversary. I'm so damn proud of you, girl.
Thank you, Panther, for coming on with your Leonidas.
No problem. Thank you.
You guys, that is Panther. Like, what's not to love? And like she said, she has a couple snakes. She's got a couple cats. She's got a lot of different pets, you guys. But I'm very excited because she's got a tarantula now, and that's even more exciting than I can even like put my head around. Thank you guys for all the well wishes for my top badge anniversary. It is my 3-year top badge anniversary today. So like, I guess you just keep me here, and I appreciate you keeping me here. So, my next special guest is the Cult of Cosmo, also has been on the platform a very, very, very long time. Please request the box, Cos. Oh, for some reason it didn't want me to hit.
No, there it is.
Cosmo.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? If you're just coming in to Meow and Me, this is Cosmo. We are here with my special pet guest. And tell me about who we are looking at.
So this is Zuko. Okay, this is Zuko. We got him from a shelter, and we kind of rescued him. And we saw his picture on Facebook, and we just immediately fell in love with him. He's one of the coolest dogs I think I've ever been around. Really sweet, really friendly. He looks scary, but he's not.
Oh, he looks like he's totally chill, is what he looks
Yeah,
like.
he's been walking around and running around all day, so he's having a little chill time right now.
So, Cosmo, tell us, how did you get the name Zuko?
So we kept his name. That was the name that the shelter gave him, and we said it was familiar to him, so we're going to keep it. But the name actually comes from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the anime that used to come on Cartoon Network. We kept that name for him, and they gave us kind of the backstory. I was like, why did you name him Zuko? And I was like, that name sounds familiar. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm a huge anime fan. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to things like that. And so I was like, oh, so we started calling him, we kept it Zuko, and sometimes we'll call him Prince Zuko because Zuko was a prince.
Oh, I love that. And you
Yes,
brought
yes,
up a really interesting thing. You said you saw it on Facebook. So the animal
yes.
rescue was advertising on Facebook, or did somebody who knew the dog, or tell me a little bit more about that.
It was actually the shelter. I live in a very small town called Independence, and everything is community driven. And so it was the shelter that said, hey, we're looking to find Zuko a home. He'd been on Facebook for quite some time. It'd been 7 months or so, or something like that. It had been a while, and so he was there. We went. My partner, he said, I want a dog, and we saw his picture. And he was like, yeah, that's the one. That's him. That's him.
Well, and look at how old is he?
He's only, even though he looks like an old man, he's only like 2.5 years old. He's a puppy.
Not the old man.
He's a puppy.
He is a puppy. He's an old man puppy, I guess. It's like he doesn't have those genes that I got, apparently. No, I'm just
Right, yeah,
I'm joking. I'm joking. Hello. Well, hi to everybody. Welcome in. Um, yeah. So what do you guys like to do with him? Like, you said you wanted a dog,
Mhm,
you were like
mhm,
looking for the right dog for you, and then you saw him, and
mhm.
this was really, you were like, this is the one for me. So what do you
Yeah,
guys like to do together? And is it all that you had hoped it would be?
well, absolutely. It is absolutely all that we've hoped it was. He was very, very easy to transport. A lot of dogs, they freak out for car rides, and a lot of dogs absolutely enjoy car rides. But we put him in the car, and he just stuck his head out of the window. He loves car rides. We take him to the dog park pretty often. He'll go, and he hasn't learned how to fetch just yet. He'll chase a ball, but he doesn't know how to retrieve it, not just yet. So we're working on him on that one. But he's one of those, like, he's a real companion. He'll hang out with us, and if we're sitting around by the fire, he'll sit there at our feet, and he'll do things that are just like man's best friend. When you think of man's best friend, that's Zuko in a nutshell.
Okay, and you know what? That's really beautiful because you said he's a great companion and
Yes.
he's with you. Now, were you
Mhm.
guys like, have you owned a dog before, Zuko?
Yes, actually, my dog that it tears me up when I think about it. But when I was in, you know me for a while. When I was in Florida living with the idol, I had a little bitty miniature pinscher named Zeus. All right, and trust me, it gets hard not to call him Zeus because his name is Zuko. But I had a little miniature pinscher that was Zeus. Again, another rescue dog. He was dropped off. I used to work at Greyhound, and he was dropped off at the Greyhound because they thought that he couldn't ride the bus. And I wanted to tell the person, hey, if you would have just said this is an ADA dog, we couldn't ask any more questions. You could have got where you were going. But left it at the bus station, and I said, okay, well, the people that came after me, the employees that came after me, they said, we're going to call a shelter and try to get him in the shelter or whatever. Is that, well, if he's still here tomorrow, he's coming home with me. And he did. And I was with Zeus for 3-4 years, and then, me and my family kind of think the best. He ran away. That's what happened. He got out and he ran away, and never to be heard from again. So we think that another family ended up getting, because it was a nice neighborhood. So that's what happened. But yeah, I've cared for the dog before, and this one it feels like a part of Zeus, really. You know what I mean? Because they have the same kind of energy, even though Zeus was a little bit more excitable.
Yeah, no, and I love the fact that you've had these amazing stories where kind of like almost like the universe put dogs into your path.
Yes.
And in America, like only 1 out of 10 dogs that go into a shelter get an
Hmm.
actual forever home. So those are two
Yes.
lucky dogs that you've had in your life. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I was the blessed one.
Yeah, and they do. What are your guys' favorite things together to do?
Absolutely, hands down, favorite thing to do is go on car rides. He loves seeing new places. He doesn't even he's not very vocal, so he doesn't have he doesn't bark at everything. But he loves to go on car rides. If we're just sitting in the car, and we do that often enough, we sit in the car, we chill, and he'll just curl up in a ball, and he loves being in the car. If we go to the garage and he's following behind us, he thinks it's car ride time. So that is absolute, hands down, our favorite thing to do together. He loves car rides.
I as well love car rides, Cosmo.
Yes, let's go on a ride. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an incredible fan of the car rides.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
cannot help I do it all day. I'm like, let's go for a car ride.
Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely. When we first got him, we'd go to the pet store. We like I said, I live in Independence. It's close to the Oklahoma border, and so we go to the pet store and walk around the pet store, and he would just be like, just in heaven. He'd be looking at everything, but he's very well behaved, and that it came so natural for us because we're not dog trainers or anything, but he's very well behaved. He's very friendly. He doesn't lash out. Even at the dog part, if there were dogs that were not as well behaved as he is, he just chill. But hey, just chill. Listen, I'm just Zuko.
And I love that. He sounds like he made that perfect fit for you. Like, what are some
Yes.
of his naughty things that he does? Because there's always a little naughty streak in every dog that I've known.
So listen, he we don't like it so much. I mean, it's okay because we have a big enough yard, but he likes to dig. He
Oh,
likes to dig, and yes, a cutie pie, he does snore. And he. I don't know. You can't control this, but his little toots. Oh, it could clear a room. But like behavior wise, he's very well behaved. He'll if he does happen to we leave the gate open while we're doing something in the garage or something like that, he'll go out and he'll wander up and down the alley a little back. You know what I mean? He'll come right back. He does not like to be removed from the bed. When we're all in the bed, snuggled up together, he likes to be on the bed. And sometimes he'll lay across the entire bed, and we'll be like, okay, come on, we need to shift you around a little bit.
wow. So he's a bed hog.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely, 100%. He
So
loves the bed.
I
Yeah,
starfish
yeah,
apparently in night. I'm a starfisher. So
yeah, yeah. Yes.
yeah, what is his favorite treat?
Ooh,
Did I lose Cosmo?
I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Am I,
there you
can you
are.
still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Me or Shizuka?
I can hear you. I see a black screen, but I can still hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, that's okay. I'll have to figure out what's going on. But yes, let me get my thing. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Oh no, I was just, peanut butter. Wow, okay, whatever. So yeah, no, I think that, you know, dog treats, like they have so many of them. I can tell you, I've been into PetSmart and Petco and all of them so much, and the dog food or dog area is so large.
Oh yes,
And
it
there's
is.
so many different kinds of dog food, Thank you, Jay.
This is a good story. Okay, I'll tell you this. Let me see if I can get this working again. I got it.
Oh,
Oh, I got it.
there's
So this is what happened. Okay, I said let's go ahead. Let's get the cheapest food that we could find and see what he likes, or get it kind of like a thing. We tried to start him on wet food first, and he did. I mean, he liked it, but we didn't like it because of the way it kind of responded to his system. So
oh,
he liked it enough, but we just didn't like how it responded to him. Word,
mm.
it's me. So afterward, I'm getting this feedback. I hope you guys can hear it. I can hear feedback in the live, but it is what it is. Anyways, afterward, we ended up going to our tractor supply store and finding this like 50-pound bag of dog food that he's very easy to please when it comes to food. His snacks, that's a different story. His snacks are he likes this particular kind of tag. He likes the what do we call pepperonis? That's what he likes. He loves the pepperonis. When we got him from the shelter, we asked him, "Is he picky with food?" And they're like, "Not with food per se, but with his snacks, he knows what he likes." So we get him like little chicken baubles, and we get the pepperonis, and he absolutely loves those. Absolutely loves them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those pepperonis. I mean, I low key thought about biting one myself one time too. So
Listen, he did. He did. My partner did. He did. He bit one. He was like, okay, because they smell so good. They smell like Slim Jims.
right, right. And what did he think?
He thought they tasted like booty booty. That's what he thought. I can't remember the exact words he used. He's like, it tasted like vinegar or something. I mean, it tastes like it you wouldn't expect it to taste, I guess.
Not
I was like,
that.
ah, okay.
It's like booty hole.
It's just like booty booty.
Well, I mean, I guess that'll teach him for trying to eat, Zuko's traits.
Get
Okay,
those
those are
streets,
not for
right.
him. Stop
Exactly.
eating. That's not for
I
you,
wanted
sir. Oh,
does he like carrots? I don't know if he likes carrots or not, honestly. You know.
yeah,
But yeah, it's
try
been it's
that.
been a, it's been a treat to have him around. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of like taking the edge off. Like a little bit of kind of a backstory, just a little bit. My partner just recently lost his mother, and so we were going through some of the old messages they had written back and forth to each other when he was in school, and one of them was talking about having a dog. And so I think that's what kind of jump started the desire to get a dog. I'm like, well, yeah, you're grown now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I
And
think
he's been a
it's
blessing.
fair. Yeah, why shouldn't he?
Hmm.
For sure.
Right. Right. And so it's been nice. Like he owns, this house, and we don't have to worry about, apartment things, And honestly, I'll tell you this, Kitty Commander, I used to be I mean, I still am a cat person. I absolutely adore cats. I love cats. They're probably the coolest creatures on God's green earth. But having a dog around, when I first got Zeus, I was like, I could be a dog person too. I could. Why not both?
Yeah,
Why
no.
not both?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't know, Cosmo, that I had a chow. I had a chow named Rocky.
Oh,
So
Rocky.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, a big
Yeah.
fluffy chow. So
Yes.
I just like big fluffy things.
Oh well.
Like like
Absolutely.
Pat,
Me
Chuck
too.
Norris, he's big and fluffy, right? I just no, not Rambo, Rocky. Oh, you mean hi Rambo? Okay, gotcha. No, okay, wrong person. Yeah. So okay,
Yeah.
well, I want to spend our last couple minutes together, Cosmo, like just
Mhm.
talking about you. When do you stream? Like, when are you on? When can we see Zuko if we come visit? Like, how do we find you?
Yes, anytime you guys want to see Zuko, you guys come right and ask me. I'll tell you, I'm developing a new show. Now, everybody who knows me, knows me for some time. This is my brand new account. I had to take my little meet me break, and now I'm back, and I am doing the best I can to make this what I want it to be. So I'm starting a competition. It's going to be an acting competition called Scripted. Okay, there is a lot of musical competitions. There's a lot of shows, but I have not seen one acting competition, and so I'm going to create the very first acting competition. It's going to be something like Role Model Fresh's show, but it's going to be scripted, hence the name Scripted. And so the auditions for that, the open auditions for that, will be every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And then other than that, I love playing Jackbox games. So if you see me live, I'll be playing Jackbox. Okay. I'll be either playing Jackbox, talking about video games, showing off Zuko, just chilling with you, doing battles. You know what I mean? So come by and see me. Come by and see me. It's always going to be a blast. I can guarantee you that.
I love that. So you guys take a moment, click on Cosmo's new account, hit him with a favorite, go follow his Instagram, go say hi to Zuko. Cosmo, thank you for being my second special guest tonight.
Absolutely. One more thing.
Yeah.
I also am. I meant to say this. This has just happened to me. I am the new co-host for PB and Julia's Mysteries Unfold.
Oh,
So come by and see that on Thursday. Okay,
Yeah.
Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kitty Commander. I love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Cosmo. All right, you guys. So that was Cosmo. So if you're just coming into Meow and Me, welcome in. Meow means make each one wanted. We are a featured pet show here on the platform every week, Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we start off with pet trivia. We have a first special guest. Sometimes we have one, sometimes we have two. And then we do have Cats Roar with pets in the news. So tonight we had Panther and Leonidas, her tarantula. So if you haven't favorited Panther hit her with a favorite. Then we had Cosmo with Zuko, his dog. And now we're going to talk to Kat's and she's going to bring us all the good on what's going on in the pet world. So please welcome in Kat. Meow.
Yeah. Oh, happy St. Pat.
St. Patty's Day, Cats.
How are you?
I'm a arra. That was my Irish arra.
So I was trying to find some news stories, something interesting going on in the pet world. There's so much going on in the world, but it's not always easy to find pet news. Chocolate. So I found an article about what are the top 10 countries that pamper their pets the most.
Oh, let's hear about that.
So let me ask you first, what country do you think is number one?
Japan.
Oh, that's a good one. They love the cats in Japan is amazing.
Yeah, they're treated like royalty.
That's interesting. I thought the United States, to be honest, but basically what this says is that the number one country is Australia.
What?
And let me it's far from a perfect
Aussies beating out the Americans and the Japanese.
They said that they analyzed a list of 200 keywords regarding the 13 most popular pets and terms related to pampering them. So like dog grooming, best treats for your cat, something like that. So then what they did is they looked, I guess, at the monthly volume for 2024, and they looked at over 163 countries. It's kind of interesting to kind of determine, based on the use of those keywords, what they felt would be the list of the countries that most pampered their pets. So first was Australia, which is kind of interesting. Second was the United States. Third was Ireland. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Fourth was the United Kingdom.
Making it in the top 3.
I know it's weird, but number 5 was Canada. Number 6 was New Zealand. 7 was Singapore. Number 8 was the United Arab Emirates. 9 was Cyprus, and 10 was Malta. So some countries that you might not necessarily, I don't necessarily even know a lot about. So I thought it was interesting that they popped up on this list. But I did think Australia, I think of kangaroos and koala bears. So I don't really know a lot about like domestic pets that folks have in Australia. Just thought that was kind of interesting.
I mean, I thought they have jumping spiders the size of like, our faces,
I agree. And, like I said, in some of these other countries that I'm less familiar with, in Ireland, again, I have no idea a lot about like domesticated pets. So it might be a little research that I'm going to do after this because I'm just curious.
Yeah. What are they doing in Ireland with their pets, eh?
I don't know. What kind of pets do they have?
Yeah. What are they keeping over there? Yeah, those are too big for me. Keep those huge spiders.
You know what? I don't discriminate. Any size spider is a no for me. Big or small or bleh, yeah, I can't do it.
There was one dropping from the ceiling during the Qdoba the other day. Anyways, that's a different story. Okay. But
hell to the no. I would be like, peace out. I'm good. I would go over.
I told the person, I was like, hey, you got a spider dropping down from your ceiling and I'm not touching it. Thank you, Cornbread. Anyway, keep going, Cats. What else do you got?
Okay. Switching gears a little bit. What to do if your pet doesn't like, what is going on there? If your pet does not like your new partner, which is kind of interesting because I'm kind of big on that myself, that if you don't like dogs or you don't like pets, like it's never going to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Really
I think sometimes it's an indicator of other things when you don't like, any animals at all. I think it's kind of weird, just my opinion. Maybe I'm biased.
Yeah.
So,
with your face. No, like that. Like that's what there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, no, I just think I think it's kind of odd, but it's also kind of stressful if you're getting into a relationship, and even friend anybody, if your pet doesn't like them. You know what I mean? Even if your partner, your new partner, is giving the best effort possible, it can be kind of stressful. So this article just kind of talks about a couple of basic things to keep in mind that might help with that relationship with your pet and your new partner. You said broke up. No. Yeah, pets are smart. They can pick up on things. So I do think there's something to it, that if your pet does not like your partner, there's something to it. But then I also think if your partner is doing everything possible to make a good impression, doing all the right things, then that's different. But one thing they said to start is that build positive associations. Which makes sense, whether even, in terms of like children, or, how you help anyone, even yourself, to have positive associations with the interaction with that person. So it could be as simple as they get a reward when they behave well, when they're interacting with that individual. But try to make it positive, so they're not being, what do I want to say? They're not getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying, for not interacting maybe in the way that you wish that they did with your partner.
All right. So key number 1, put bacon in your pocket when you go visit your potential interest boyfriend, girlfriend. Just slide a little pepperoni or a little piece of bacon in your pocket. Okay. I got you. Number 2. That worked for me too. If somebody just wants, anybody cares. Okay. No.
I mean, bacon won't work for me, but I'm sure. No. What do we have here? Don't force anything. I think that's a good rule in life. Do you know what I mean? That sometimes you just have to kind of sit back and let things run its course, or just kind of let nature, not nature, but let things happen naturally. So don't force anything. I remember years ago, I had a different dog who hated men. And I remember my friend, a good friend of mine, I would pick up my dog and I would make my friend hold him, because I'm like, if you hold him, he's going to like you. And my dog would be terrified like this. And I'm like, that's probably not a good idea. That's an example of what not to do. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So
we don't want to, okay.
You don't want to scar your pet for life, or your partner.
Right. Or both. Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
Foster calm vibes. Again, it's not much different when you're getting used to new people yourself. If you're in a calm environment, it's chill, it's comfortable. We know when our pets pick up on our stress, our anxiety, that kind of thing. So if everybody's kind of calm, cool, and collected, your pet will pick up on that and gravitate to that.
That's good. Yeah.
Make sure your pet has a safe place to retreat to, whether that's their bed, I don't know what's going on here, a different room. I don't know what that is. Just make sure that they have somewhere that if they want to get away from you or your partner, that they have the ability to do that. I know it sounds funny, but like their safe space.
Yeah, no, I think that's important for all of us, even us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we don't have the luxury of escaping the people.
I got a she shack.
I wish. Last but not least, or 2 more things they say: involve your partner in your pet's routine. So, if you, let's say you have a dog and they go out for their last, walk at 9 o'clock, maybe involve your partner, because they're used to that routine. Now, granted, you're adding like that extra dynamic to it, or the extra thing to it. But it's a good way to kind of let them, become part of the routine, And last but not least, just be patient. Like any relationship, whether it's human or with a pet, a cat, a dog, a bird, anything, you have to give it more than an hour. You got to give it more than a day. And doing some of these other things, like being part of their routine and just being patient, and will all help to foster that relationship.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, it might just be what it is. That's what my mother would say. Sometimes it is what it is. So even with your best efforts, sometimes they're just not that into you, and that's okay. So you just have to learn how to like kind of like respect their boundary, you know, as a pet. So for me,
Yeah,
I'll be
they're
like, hey,
just
what's
not
up?
that into you. You get over it and move on, right?
Exactly.
Whether it's
Exactly.
men, women, or dog or cat, it don't
If they're
matter.
just not into that into you, you
They're
gotta
just not into you. Let it go.
let it go. Exactly. Exactly. Like my sister, she has a whole pack of dogs. And I've never met an animal that didn't like me, and I'll say that. And her one dog does not like me at all. So when I walk into a room, I'm just like, hey, what's up? And that's it. I don't pet them. I don't even, nothing. And it works. So
Yeah, I'm not trying to be bothered. Yep.
no, no. And last but not least, we know that spring is coming, which is thank God, which means warmer weather. For a lot of you who might like to do gardening, I can talk. You know, planting plants, doing whatever you like to do outside. It's also a good time to remember that there are a lot of plants that are toxic to not only our domestic animals, but even the animals outside. You know, squirrels, birds, that type of thing. So just keep that in mind, that especially if you're putting those plants in an area such as your backyard, maybe you have a fenced in backyard, that pets can very easily get to those plants. They're curious. You know, some plants can even be dangerous if, not to be funny, if they just lick them, if they eat them, whatever it might be. So just a couple of quick plants to keep in mind that are dangerous to your pets that are popular. Azaleas, which are very popular.
Popular.
Yeah, a bird of paradise, lilies, you know, with Easter approaching, for those who might celebrate Easter, a lot of times people will gift lilies and people will keep the bulbs and plant them. Keep in mind, they're poisonous to animals. Daffodils, another really popular spring plant, are poisonous. They can cause vomiting, excessive salivation, diarrhea, convulsions. So it's really no joke. Hydrangeas, which are another popular flower, geraniums, which I love geraniums.
Geraniums, the big fluffy white things.
No, they're red.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, not the big fluffy white ones. No.
Tulips, another popular
Tulips are
flower
very
during the
bad for
spring.
Yeah.
I know I like to keep cut tulips sometimes on my counter. So if you have a pet that counter surfs, you know, you have to be cognizant of that. Daisies, aloe vera, that's another one. Aloe vera, although it has medicinal benefits for humans, aloe vera can cause vomiting, lethargy, and diarrhea in pets if ingested. So update, just because now it's like 'tis the season with all these plants, and with, like I said, with Easter, it's a popular time that people gift some of these very popular plants. So
Yeah, and that's really important, especially with the lilies, the tulips, those all of these kind of plants are gifted around Easter in America for sure, and in different parts of the world. So very, very valuable. Well, Cats, like if that was the last one, tell us what you have coming up before you take off.
sure. So this Wednesday, March 19th, I am in an auction. Data Sheesh is hosting an all Pisces auction. I'm a Pisces. So that is at 8:05 on Wednesday. And then on April 28th, I'm in a superhero auction. It's National Superhero Day. Not quite sure which superhero I'm going to be, but I have that. And then on May 9th, I am in the Mondo Squad birthday auction. So never done so many auctions in my life, but hey, something new, something exciting. Happy to support, you know, my friends on here. So.
Well, so you got a little lineup of them. Like, so we're gonna get a name change. Is this what's happening? We're getting name changes from these auctions, or what?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so you guys heard it, like March 19th at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dada Ashish down here in the comments for you who are lurking and not typing. Hit him with a favorite. So go check his auction out. You may be able to pull a name change or two or three out if you're feeling spicy. Okay, so and make sure you hit Cats with a favorite as well.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and I hope everybody has a good week.
Thank you,
Thank
cats.
you.
I can't help it. It's the rawr for me. So that wraps up Meow and Me.